Hi guys. Okay, we're going to start a poetry unit, and we are going to start with something super simple called a list poem. I've given you two examples. I've attached them on here and also given you examples attached in Google Classroom. You're looking at the example on the video right now, but this is called a list poem. It can be done really simply. Shel Silverstein did a good job with this uh, making a list poem. He did several. I'm going to start though with When I'm Alone by Ollie Podge. So it says, think about my life. It's gone up in smoke. Cry. Listen to my cat. Hear music play. Hold my breath. Scream. Sleep. Never dream. Sing along. Clean. Hold my breath. Watch the news. Have some coffee. Fix a meal. Do the dishes. Sweep the floor. Strum my guitar. Mess up and start again. Um, so notice that these aren't necessarily complete sentences. They are in Shel Silverstein's example, but they're not in this one. I feel like a lot of you could relate to this poem right now, being in shelter at home. So I feel like you guys are probably having a lot of emotions that you could write about. Let's look at Shel Silverstein's example called Sick by Shel Silverstein. This is a more playful poem, list poem. I cannot go to school today, said little Peggy Ann McKay. I have the measles and the mumps, a gash, a rash, and purple bumps. My mouth is wet, my throat is dry. I'm going blind in my right eye. My tonsils are as big as rocks. I've counted 16 chicken pox. And there's one more that's 17. And don't you think my face looks green? My leg is cut, my eyes are blue. It might be instamatic flu. I cough, I sneeze, I gasp, I choke. I'm sure that my left leg is broke. My hips hurt when I move my chin. My belly button's caving in. My back is wrenched. My ankles sprained. My appendix pains each time it rains. My nose is cold. My toes are numb. I have a sliver in my thumb. My neck is stiff. My voice is weak. I hardly whisper when I speak. My tongue is filling up my mouth. I think my hair is falling out. My elbows bent. My spine ain't straight. My temperature is 108. My brain is shrunk. I cannot hear. There's a hole inside my ear. I have a hangnail, and my heart is what? What's that you say? You say today is Saturday. Goodbye. I'm going out to play. So, see the clever way that he connected the first line and the last line of this list? Obviously, it's a list of all of her symptoms as why she can't go to school. But he connects that first line, I can't go to school today. And then the last line of, okay, I have all these symptoms, but now that I know that it's Saturday, I'm going to go out and play. So obviously she was faking. Um, okay, now I want you to look at the list poem sheet that I gave you. Characteristics of a list poem. Typical list poem includes list of items, people, places, or ideas. It often contains repetition. It can include a rhyme. Notice the first poem we read did not rhyme, but there was a rhyming pattern in Shel Silverstein's Sick poem. Usually not a random list. Instead, the ideas are well thought out, like things connect. Many times, the last item of the list is strong, funny, or important, or maybe even connects to the first item in the list. Um, what you want to write a list poem about. Here's some ideas. This one is just like a brainstorming page. Obviously, you don't have to fill out any of the worksheets. This is just to help your mind get going. The only thing you have to do is put a list poem on the attached Google Doc. Here are some ideas. Things my brother or sister does that I hate. My day. What I do when I'm alone. Things to do in the rain. Music is. Things I wish I could do. Beautiful things. What I hear in the morning. I am. So you could write a whole list about describing your personal characteristics. Things I wish I didn't have to do. Things I do when no one is paying attention. Ways I show I'm sorry. I think some of those are really good ideas. I know a lot of you are probably having some boredom and you're coming up with the ideas, clever ways to kill the time. So you could even make a list of some of that stuff. Then the next page, this is just a rough draft page. It says begin listing ideas, images, thoughts, sounds, feelings, sights that relate to your topic. Remember, when you write poetry, you want to use your senses, your sight, your smell. Like you want to be very descriptive when you write poetry. On this page, you're supposed to write 12 items. So you could just jot those down on a piece of paper. And then you want to review your list of ideas and improve one of them. Add color, remove unnecessary words, replace common words with poetic words, add descriptive details, sounds, textures, sights, tastes, smells. Include feelings. That's a really big deal. Like, um, you want to move people with your poetry, so include how you feel or feelings that come with this list. Take out or change any ideas that you don't like anymore. And then on you're going to write a final draft. I would also do this on paper. Um, Decide how you will write your poem. How will you put your list in order? Will you move things from less important to more important things? Will you arrange your poem in chronological order? Will you start and end the poem the same way? Will you randomly provide your list? And then I want you to write down your poem. You have to have at least 10 items in your poem. Um, Many list poems include more than lists. They include an introduction or a concluding phrase or both. Experiment with adding more to your poem. Remember, a good list poem goes beyond a series of items or thoughts. And when you're happy with your poem, rewrite it on lined paper. Don't forget a title, that's a big one. And then I want you to attach it in this Google Doc um, that I have in the assignment and then turn it in.